G'day Brent, thanks for dropping in today on your way through, fella, I appreciate that. For those who know me and don't know me, I'm Bhudd Cartwright down here at Jimboomba. Used to be A&J Cartage back in the day. And young Brent's just dropped in here on the way through just to see what we got left. We got a couple of 4 bangers left. We've scaled down over the years, and this poor old deer, it's been with me for about, probably 16, 17 years. It's been written off twice in that time. Me and my wife rebuilt it. I think the first time it cost us 42 grand to rebuild it after insurance, and the next time was 18 grand to rebuild it after insurance. And it's a 100G Kenworth, B-double rated, 90 tonne, 525, N14 plus in it. Pulls like a 14-year-old, still goes well today. We've had it for a long time, and it's done a lot of road train work, early days, B-double work, and then it was retired as a semi-tipper. And nowadays, the poor old deer is pretty much retired. But over the years, it's been a hell of a truck to us. So after all the other trucks went by the wayside, we said we'd always keep this bar. You know, it got us where we are today, and it's been a hell of a truck. So not too much to say about it, but yeah, we love this old girl, and she's here to stay. And this old girl there, she's a 2011 K200. We've had the 100Gs, we've had the 100s, we've had the 104s, and I've never bought a K200. And this chap here that I purchased this truck off, I went to buy a torque liner off him, and he said to me, "Why don't you buy the truck too?" And I said, "No, I don't want another truck, mate. I'm done, I'm scaling down." He said, "Oh no, the torque liner's the same colour and blah, 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 blah. It looks like a good unit." I said, "Yeah, no mate, but anyway, I'll buy your torque liner." So I was buying this torque liner, then he rang my wife up and said, "Love, I'll give you this truck as a package deal." So she got all excited and rang me up, and I said, "I don't want no Aerodyne, like, we're out of Aerodynes, we're done." Anyway, long and short of it, I just said, "Yeah, righto, we'll take it." Sent a bloke out there, picked it up, and it hasn't been a bad truck. It had a lot of wiring issues. Being a 2011, it broke down out in the long grass, and it broke down, it broke down, it broke down. Well, now I think we got all that sorted. It pulls like a 14-year-old too, 620 Cummins, goes really good. And tidy inside. It's a credit to every bugger that's ever driven it. There's not a mark, scratch or nothing inside this thing. And we're going to keep this old girl, so whatever it needs, it'll be a stay or two. We haven't got too many left today, but these are the ones that are going to go home and sit in the shed and be polished up and just come out to play every now and again. But no, lovely truck, yep. This here, everybody, anyone who knows this truck, and it's been around a long time, 2004 model, this here's Big Bird. Big Bird started with brand new down there at bloody Bethania, Jeff Richards Transport. And when Jeff got rid of it, a mate of mine, Max, bought it. He had it for a short time, and then he sold it to Howie's Haulage, doing stock. And I'll never forget that K100G over there. Me and that truck were coming into Miles from out west. I was empty, heading back to Brisbane. This just pulled out of Miles with 2 decks of cattle on a B-double. Like I said, that thing goes all right. And I thought I'll just get around this old bugger here and I'll send it. And you know what, I got out beside this thing and I was embarrassed. I'm empty, he's got 2 decks of cattle on, and this thing's just pulling. So I had to call him up and I said, "Listen, old mate, will you back off a bit so I can get around?" He said, "No worries, Dig, in you come." So I got in and I thought, what a truck, like, wonder what's in that, that is going. So anyway, I was driving past Brown and Hurley one day, very short time later, and a mob out of Wagga had just bought Howie's out, and this was sitting at Brown and Hurley. So I turned around, I went back in and I said, "Hey boys, what's the go with this?" They said, "It's sold." I said, "Can't be sold. You only just got it's only been here a couple of days." He goes, "Yeah, but we sold it to a wholesaler, boy." I said, "Really?" I said, what's the go there?" He goes, "Oh, that's what we do, mate. It's too old. We don't want to play around with it. We don't want to polish it up. We don't want to touch it." I said, how much you give it to the wholesaler for? He said, 60 grand. I said, really? I said, it's pretty cheap. He said, yeah. And we're going back. I would have had this truck for every bit of 12 years now. Could be more, but every bit of 12. And I said, well, who do I got to see to buy it? Like, I just want that truck. It's yellow. I like yellow, yeah. He said, well, leave it with me, Bud. I'll make a call and I'll get back to you. So I stood there and waited. He come back to me and he said, give us 1,000 extra. I said, what, like 61,000? He said, yeah. I said, done, there's your 61,000. So I took this old bus home and we polished her up and it presented well and it went really hard too. Lasted the Detroit's 550 Detroit in it before the EGR and all that. Anyway, we'll run a B-double singles. We'll run that west doing all the bloody pipes and whatnot for the gas when that was happening, when it was big time. And back them days, we were working for a mob called Crane Trans, Derek. Beautiful people to work for, you know, and I ended up having 4 trucks in with them back in the day, and it was good work, good man, good family, good pun. And next minute, you know, Derek said to me, hey, Bud, would you send this old girl to Cairns? I said, of course I will. So it was starting to use a bit of oil, and we were burning about 5 to under 10 litres a week to run west, you know, 2 or 3 trips out there. So it wasn't too bad, give it a drink. So I filled it up, I done a service on it. I gave him 20 litres of oil in the toolbox of the trailer. And I said, see you when you get back, young fella, and patted him on the arse and off he went. He rings me a couple of days later and he's around Maryborough. He said, hey, Bud. I said, yeah, mate. He said, I need some money for oil. I said, what do you mean you need some money for oil? He said, well, she's not on the stick. I just pulled up and checked it, and it's not on the stick. I said, well, put your oil in out of your trailer, mate. He said, I've done that. I said, what, do you put 20 litres in it? He said, yeah, mate. I said, fine. All right. I said, well, slip into the garage, grab whatever you need, and ring up the old woman, and she'll fix them up. So anyway, put another 10 litres in it to get it from Maryborough back here, and that's when I knew. I thought, it's going well. It's not blowing a lot of smoke, but by the it's using some oil. So long and short of it was, brand new crate motor, intercooler, radiator, kingpins, clutch, air conditioning back then, cost about $72,000, which is a lot of money 15 years ago. And I'll tell you what, I've never spent a cent on it since. So this is the pride of fleet, this old girl. It's never been arse over tit, it's always been on its wheels, and what a truck. We love it to death, and I'll be buried in the bar. So for those of you in transport, especially the tipper game, mud trucks as they call it, doesn't matter. Everybody who's anybody knows this truck from the north side. Young Bud up there near Bribie Island, he purchased this truck brand new in 2013. When we needed another truck and dog, I was looking at a SAR 404 integrated bunk, you know, and I told Bud, you know, this bloke give me this truck for this price, and he said, oh, don't worry about buying that, you know. He said, buy mine. I've just ordered the brand new SAR Legend, so when my Legend's coming, you can have this bugger, you know. And I said, well, no worries, I'll wait. And broke me heart to wait, because they kept putting his SAR off. And then I'm thinking, oh geez, I'll have it next week, and then it's another month. And anyway, the long and short of it, me and the old woman, my wife, Joanne, we waited, and we got this bugger. So mostly I only drive it. And she's a 2013 model, DD15, 18, all the fruit, integrated sleeper. Well, not integrated, a good sleeper, 38 inch I think it is, ice pack, 4 tanks, got all the fruit. Go anywhere in it, it's a lovely truck. And now currently service our landscape yard here at Jimboomer, and I do the odd trips away and might go down south to grab some decorative stone and that. But yeah, I'm glad we waited for this. I was going to buy a SAR 404 or something like that just to do the yard, but no, I'm glad we got this in the end. So yeah, everyone knows this truck and everyone looks at it, and everyone looks at his new truck too. It's it would be the flashiest truck on the north side, and everyone knows that, you know. And that's a credit to Bud, the way he looks after his gear. It doesn't look nothing now that I've got it. It's clean, it's well maintained, but we don't polish every night and wash every night and keep it the way the Bud used to. So anyway, guys, that's us for this afternoon. We'll wrap it up. Thank you.